What up? This is Robert Horry.
Horry, three-pointer. Buries it.
You might know me as Big Shot Bob.
To Horry for three. Oh, unbelievable. This guy is off the charts.
What's going on, Big Shot Bob?
Robert Horry from downtown.
One more time. On a Friday, it's the shoot-around. Big Shot Bob, the man himself, 7-time NBA champion Robert Horry. That is B-Dog Brandon Harper. I'm Rob Jenners. We do this every Friday. A little extra bonus show for you at the end of the week. If you ever have questions and stuff you want to ask Rob or any of us, just send them our way. We're at Big Shot Bob Pod all over the place. I did get this one emailed to me, and I forgot to write the guy's name down who put it in here, but it said, I saw this on Twitter, thought you guys would think it was interesting, and it was rank these 5 NBA players headed into next season. Shay, Joker, Ant-Man, Giannis, and Luca. 1 to 5. Where are you dropping these guys going into next season? Shay, Jokic, Ant-Man, Giannis, and Luka Doncic.
Joker, Greek Freak, Shay, Ant-Man, Luca.
Wow, you got Luka at the bottom of that. After all the pickleball that man played in the offseason to get in shape, you put him at 5.
Yeah, because all the guys ahead of him play on both ends of the floor.
All right, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. Where did you have Ant-Man?
4th.
4th.
And the only reason he's 4th is because Shay Gilgeous just came off a chip and a MVP season.
Okay.
I'll go Shay, Ant-Man, Giannis, Joker, Giannis, Luca.
All right, I was similar to where you were, except I was Shay, Jokic, Ant-Man, Giannis, Luca. And that's nothing against Giannis. Giannis is, again.
Yeah, Giannis is. I'm looking more towards.
I think what Anthony Edwards brings to that team is just an electricity and a fire.
And he's not even in his prime yet.
Right, and he's so young. And he's so young.
Yeah.
What I would love, honestly, though, and I'm not, and this is, I would love to see Giannis come out and have a Giannis season. And have just one of those MVP caliber dominant seasons, whether the Bucks are good or not. And that's under the assumption he stays in Milwaukee. But I would love to have. I don't know. There's I feel like we haven't had that monster Giannis season in a couple years. Where he just owns the league.
Yeah.
This championship year, I feel like that was the kind of performance we got out of him. I would love to see him have a year like that.
I think Giannis is just, and I think this is where we are in limbo with him right now. We're not knowing, where his mind is or what he wants to do. He wants to contend, and he loves. I know he loves Milwaukee. He said he loves Milwaukee numerous times throughout his career. But I think he also knows if Milwaukee can't do what they need to do to put the pieces around him that he believes is a title contending team, then he also has to make the best decision for his career.
Yeah, as of right now, I put him second. I think Milwaukee is the worst team out of those other four guys. You think about it, number one team out of that group is probably going to be OKC, then Denver, then Milwaukee.
Minnesota,
then Milwaukee, then Lakers, then Milwaukee.
Yeah. So I don't know. Again, it was players, not teams, but that's going to make a big impact on how he plays this year.
Yeah, but all of these players dictate how their team go.
Of course.
Yeah, these are all guys. If they don't go well, their team don't go well.
Mm-hmm. Rob, I got a question from you from James. Adidas surprised James Harden with his own court in China this week. It was pretty cool, I guess. It looked a little weird to me. Rob, can you talk about what it's like for NBA stars in China? Aren't you guys bigger than Michael Jackson over there?
Some guys.
Yeah,
some guys.
I'll tell you what, the videos I saw of Harden at the airport, he was getting mobbed.
He the top one was Kobe.
That's the one.
Kobe was number one.
Was he really? It was,
yes.
It was Kobe.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Starberry was number 2.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes, because he played there.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
I guess
the next one is Tracy McGrady. All these guys are ahead of Yao. These guys are ahead of Yao.
I was just going to ask you, is this
and then James probably comes in 4th, because here's the thing. Harden, Tracy, all play with Houston. So the love that Yao brought
Oh, from Houston.
From Houston.
Gotcha. Okay.
So they absorbed
sense.
that. So people knew who Tracy McGrady was. People knew who James Harden. And so that's why. But you ain't got to even say that about Kobe. Kobe's Kobe. But it's because of Starbury playing over there and winning all those championships for his team over there, he has a lot of love. So those 4 guys right there, let me just say this: you don't want to go to China with them.
Yeah, Kobe for sure. I remember seeing footage of him just walking around like he's like Michael Jackson over there. Like Kobe, he may be bigger over there. Pause. Just want to cover my bases.
Yeah, thank you.
He could be possibly just as big over there as he is here. Maybe even more.
I was gonna say
Bigger.
from the sounds of it,
Bigger over there.
maybe bigger.
And that's crazy because we love him here.
There's more people over there, so he's probably bigger over there.
Yeah, I guess I guess Jordan, Shaq, are those guys as revered?
I don't think Shaq, but maybe George is because of his shoes. Because you got to think about the time
they're all
Jordan
made
left,
there.
Yeah. By the time Jordan left the league, they wouldn't. NBA basketball, was like kind of. He was out. He was fizzling out. Yeah. So. Yeah. But Kobe was number 1, then Starbury, then Tracy, then James.
Well, actually, Kobe being part of this conversation takes me right into the next thing on my list here to talk about. This was a little bit. I don't know. This I was confused by, and I think this is a talking head trying to make news as opposed to a genuine opinion. Nick Wright, who I don't dislike. He's on Fox Sports. He's fine. His tape this week was that in the GOAT conversation, Kobe shouldn't even be in the GOAT conversation, was Nick's take. There are guys that have just things ahead of him that he feels like he said, quote, there's only 6 people you're allowed to have in the greatest of all time discussion. Each of them have a defining trait, something they were clearly best at, and if you weren't the best at anything, how can you be the best ever? And his 6 were Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Kareem, Wilt, Magic Johnson, or Bill Russell. And he says nobody else deserves to be in that conversation besides those 6 guys. And I don't know. Like, again, is it talking head being talking head? That's immediately what I think, because while not to denigrate their careers, those are all legends. Kobe's 100% in this conversation. The guy won 5 titles. He was a mainstay on the biggest franchise on the planet. How can you leave him out? It boggles my mind. Makes me crazy.
You know how sometimes people say shit to cause controversy so they can get more eyes on him? That's what this is. Let's be honest. Wilt shouldn't even be in that conversation. I love Wilt. Just because he scored 100 points in this game, he shouldn't be in the conversation.
Hold on. To Wilt's defense, he was the most dominant player.
He was the most dominant, but you got to think about.
Down. Granted, he was playing against guys like me, but that's besides the point.
But here's the thing: is like if you bring up film and you watch the skill set of players, each and every year players get better and better and better. Mm-hmm. Why? Because they learn from the previous guy and they add it to their athleticism. And it's nothing against Wilt. Wilt was fucking a beast, and everybody gets better. That's how it is. It's like, and this is the craziest part to me. And we talk about GOATs, and sometimes we forget to mention Kobe. When you talk about the greatest of all time, 99% of the time people say MJ, right?
Sure.
And if you talk about Kobe, did he not copy MJ's game to a T? You think about it. Everything MJ could do, Kobe could do, correct?
Yeah, pretty much.
So why is he not the damn GOAT too? It's just it boggles the mind. MJ got 6, Kobe got 5. So
and I also think that you also have to take into consideration that out of all the guys that, in a sense, were to be known as Jordan imitators, from your Vince Carters to your Harold Miners to whoever else, or guys that were supposed to be the next Jordan, Kobe, everybody recognizes Kobe as, even Jordan, everybody recognized him as, he was the one. Talking about a guy like Jordan, who many thought was basically untouchable. Like, you can't do what that guy does. Nobody can do what that guy does. And when you had a guy like Kobe, who was the absolute closest and added his own little flair and swag to it and his own actual moves to the things that he learned from Jordan, I mean, but this is what I realized about some of these commentators. And people who played against Kobe or played with Kobe, if you look at what they have to say about Kobe and a lot of people who were commentating, totally opposite. Most guys who played against Kobe or with Kobe will always tell you that Kobe is a top 5 player. Because when they were up against him and they had to guard him, they said it's unlike anything they'd ever seen. He's one of the most difficult people to guard. He was a hell of a defender. You hear this from most of the players who faced him. And it's completely different to people who, it's no disrespect, I respect a lot of the people on the mics who talk, but it's like the complete opposite. And I'm like, why is there such a vast difference? Because when you got to line up against somebody and you got to see it firsthand, it's a little different.
So, and to go on with his topic, he said that they have to be great at something, right?
Yeah.
You have to be great at, like, when you talk about, you go down that list, Kareem, great at that skyhook, great at blocking shots. MJ, great at everything. Magic Johnson, great at passing. So, all right, let's rewind that. Magic Johnson ain't even the all-time assist leader. So why don't you put John Stockton? Yeah. Why don't you put John Stockton in that position? Because you wouldn't talk about the greatest. Yeah. Magic Johnson was even a great defender, and I'm the biggest Magic Johnson fan there was. But my point is, like, I'm punching holes in his
yeah, I hear you. Yeah. I gotcha.
So that should go to show you right there that Nick, cut your hair. Shut the fuck up.
That's fair assessment.
Yeah, man.
And 2 for you, a guy who played alongside Kobe Bryant. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Who got to be there for a nice piece of his career.
And you think about it, I saw the maturation, the growth of this kid who couldn't even fucking shoot threes. This kid who just was wild. This kid who just wanted to learn. This kid when you talk about sponges, that's the first thing players always say, I'm going to be a sponge and try to just soak up all the knowledge. This dude soaked up knowledge. This dude soaked up skill set. This dude soaked up everything and it added to his game. You can soak up some knowledge and not might be able to do it because you don't have the skill set. Shit. That dude can do whatever he wanted to do on the court.
Yeah. A question from Danny. I don't know why he brought this up to us. I guess he knows we all hate the Cowboys. How nice is it to see the Dallas Cowboys lose one of their biggest stars? Micah Parsons went on social media this week and told everybody he wanted to trade out of Dallas. Where do you want to see Micah Parsons go? I don't really have an opinion.
Texans.
The Texans. Shut up, the Texans.
Why not?
I think he wants out of the damn state of Texas, period.
Hey, say it for me, Hart. Say it.
Oh, I'll say it. No state Texas.
Can I be honest with you about something?
Yeah.
He's not getting traded.
Oh, we know that.
So I guess this is my question. Was this a bluff?
But he wants to get traded.
Tactic, if you will.
Jerry ain't letting him out that door. Jerry is going to do the same thing he did with Dak, the same thing he did with Zeke, the same thing he did with CeeDee Lamb, same thing he did with Trayvon Diggs. Pay him at the last minute. He's going to do exactly what he's going to do because they can control him. He has another year, and if they wanted to franchise tag him, they could tag him. So literally, you got another 2 or 3 years with him under contract. I agree with Micah, but Jerry ain't letting him out that door.
But you think I will give Micah big ups that he actually, showed up. A lot of guys like, nah, I ain't showing up. But at least he showed up and still, because he's a professional. I appreciate that about him.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. I think for me, it's a negotiating tactic, and I'm going to tell everybody I want to trade. I'm going to try and embarrass Jerry into paying me.
You want him in the Falcons uniform?
Oh, I would take him in a Falcons uniform in a heartbeat.
Yeah, there have been some rumors. But I think the thing with the Falcons, because they've drafted 2 young ends, now, granted, you get a chance to get a generational pass rusher. But I saw one of the mock trades that somebody came up with. Oh, it's too much and blah, blah, blah. I don't see the Falcons doing it because I don't see Micah becoming really available. He's not really available, according to Jerry Jones. He's not. It's just not happening.
It's a negotiation.
Yeah.
Question from Johnny. I know you guys saw the story last week about dildos being thrown onto the WNBA.
I did see that.
We did not talk about this. Neon green one in Atlanta because I guess they get freaky in the A. Thanks, Johnny. 2 questions. First, how did they sneak those in? I'm not sure I want to know the answer to that. Second, what's the weirdest thing you've seen thrown on a court?
It don't get no weirder than dildos.
I don't know if it gets a whole lot weirder than neon green dildos. That's pretty.
And I don't think it's that difficult to sneak that into a stadium. It's not metal, so it doesn't pick up on the metal detector.
Yeah, I know, but like, where will you put it in your bag? I mean, are you allowed to bring bags in NBA games? Pause. Not that bag.
I thought you were going to say something else.
Yeah, I know. That was my thought. My initial thought was, well, if you're gonna like search my bag, guess where it's going. You know what I mean?
Either pink or the stink.
Yeah, bend over and I'll show you.
Jesus.
Yeah, I mean that's where it's going.
Or either you.
Oh no. Did he wash his hands after he threw it? That's what I want to know.
I've never understood.
So was it a guy or a woman who threw it?
I don't know.
I don't know. I think the one they arrested, I think in Atlanta, was a man, if I'm not mistaken. I gotta Google. I thought I saw for sure. I thought I saw that they arrested a man in Atlanta. For
that's terrible. Because dude, what you doing with a dildo?
Well,
nah, that's your business. What you doing
they
within the
don't call him the
confinements?
Jolly Green Giant for nothing.
But the problem is now, whatever your business was in the confinements of your house, now it's everybody's business. Because they're like, well, what the hell you doing with a dildo?
It sure enough was a man. Man charged with disorderly conduct and indecent exposure after a WNBA sex toy incident. There's a 23-year-old man from Atlanta.
White crime, black crime.
Oh, I can. You can guess because I know his name.
Hold on, wait a minute.
crime.
Hold on. What is it? What you say, Rob?
Go ahead,
I
guess.
said white crime.
Damn. I'm gonna say black.
Okay. This was 23-year-old Delbert Carver.
Oh, white.
No, it's a black guy.
Delbert?
Delbert Carver from Clayton County.
Oh, he from my neck of the woods.
He's
Lord.
from Clayton County.
Probably went to high school with him.
I don't know that man. 23? No, I didn't.
Delbert Harper? What do you? Oh no, wait, no, sorry.
Is that his last name for real?
His name was Carver.
Oh,
Delbert.
hold on now. I don't know that man. He ain't no kin to me. I do not know that man.
Oh man,
We don't do that round my way.
This week's shoot around is 100% going to get called Delbert Harper.
Nah, we don't do that round my way, brother. Nah, that ain't no kin to me.
That's funny.
Nah, he get knocked upside his head. He ever did something like that in my family.
Have you ever had anything thrown on the court while you were playing, Rob?
No.
People ain't throw anything like popcorn food or any of that crap?
No,
drinks,
just
none of that?
back when we would play like Auburn, they would throw quarters and dimes and shit at us on the floor. But other than that,
what quarters and dimes?
Because think about it, if you throw a quarter at someone, it's small, you can't really see it. When it hits you, that shit hurt.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, that's true, yeah. That's absolutely true.
Okay.
I didn't think about that. All right, last topic in the shoot around this week. Thank you to whoever forwarded me this from Clutch Points because it's really interesting and I didn't think about it. We talked about Tim Duncan last week being the most unsexy superstar in NBA history. Someone had forwarded me this. I did not realize this. Tim Duncan had 15 all-defensive honors, 8 first teams, 7 second teams, 3 more than anyone ever. Kobe Bryant and Kevin Garnett came the closest with 12. 2 decades of anchoring one of the greatest defenses in league history, did not win Defensive Player of the Year once. And I didn't even realize that. I was like, oh shit,
Yeah.
Tim never got a Defensive Player of the Year. 15 all-defensive honors, 5 championships, never got a nod for Defensive
Now
Player.
I gotta go look up. Well, that's a lot to look up. Who won the defensive
all
player of the
those
year in all
years?
those years?
Yeah, but here's the thing. It's like, this goes to show you who San Antonio is as an organization. If they wanted Tim to win that, and if Tim was like, yo, put me out there, he would win it because the media is not smart enough to really look at someone and say, oh, shit, this guy's defensive player. Oh, this guy has this team with the best record in basketball. They're not smart enough because they just piggyback off what other people say. They piggyback off who pushes them out there. You know, you think about Marcus Gasol won fucking defensive player of the year. Are you fucking kidding me? No. You know, a couple of those went to Dwight Howard during Timmy's time. You know, so you have to look at who won it. But it's the San Antonio Spurs. That's who they are. They probably never put him out there and say, yo, we want this guy, Timmy, to win Defensive Player of the Year.
I've got the list real quick. Thank you to our friend ChatGPT, who does amazing work. Tim Duncan played 19 seasons, 1997 to 2016. Here's your Defensive Player of the Year winners every year he played. 97-98, Dikembe Mutombo. 98-99, and then again in 99 and 2000, Alonzo Mourning. 2001, Dikembe Mutombo. 2001, 2002, and then again in 2003, Ben Wallace. Oh, then
you can't tell me there's no fucking way.
No way. And then Meta World Peace Ron Artest won one in 2003, 2004. Then again in 04, 05, and 05 and 06, yet again, Ben Wallace. That's 4 in 5 years for Ben Wallace. I didn't even know that. Marcus Camby, Kevin Garnett, then Dwight Howard 3 times in a row. Tyson Chandler, Mark Gasol, Joakim Noah, and then Kawhi Leonard twice for San Antonio.
The Joakim Noah one was like, I love Joakim, one of my favorite players. Like, but think about it, he was like shocking when he won it. But he had a really good defensive year. But when a couple of years Ben Wallace won it, it should have been Tim.
A couple of those years, right?
Yeah.
I mean, 4 out of 5.
Yeah, San Antonio never pushed for it.
And then Kawhi Leonard wins it.
Yeah, I remember.
As a teammate of Tim Duncan's. The last 2 years in a row of Timmy's career.
But he was on his, he was hobbled in by that bad knee, and so he was just out there.
Yeah, it was the end of his career. But still, I mean, to have 15 all defensive honors and make 8 first teams and never even really get a nod, I think that just reinforces what we talked about last week. He was just not the flashy guy, right? Like, it was just he wasn't the guy.
Ben Wallace wasn't either, but
no, but that was Ben's game though.
Yeah, East Coast and the Pistons always say, "Oh, he's the best defensive player in the game." You think how many reporters out there? You say, "Okay, he's the best defensive player in the game." Oh, is he? Okay, he's the best defensive player in the game.
Yeah, I guess if somebody else said it, it has to be true, right?
Yeah.
It was crazy to me that he never even. It was one of those weird little NBA facts I saw and I had no clue about.
Hey, this is where Mike Malone comes in because these would be the words out of Tim Duncan's mouth. I don't give a shit. I never want it.
Yeah, how do you feel about it, Tim?
I don't give a shit.
He does not care at all. Not in any way.
I think Tim realizes his titles are probably more.
Yeah, I think Tim's got 5 championship rings to sleep put himself to bed at night. You know what I mean?